Hi, I'm Kevin. Kevin. I'm Toby. John Boy, introduce yourself.
Steve.
Chris.
And you like music, you like us.
In case anybody can't recognise these fine, spunky gentlemen in front of you or don't know their names, we are speaking with Brisbane Dreamkillers today, guys. Thanks for joining us and welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Crispy. How are we?
I'm very well, thanks, guys. And yourselves? I've never had a group chat with you guys before, so this is going to be fun.
It's hot, eh?
So it's been a massive year already for Dreamkillers, guys, with the release of 7 new songs already and a heap of live shows. So how's the feeling in the band heading into 2025?
Fucking unreal. It's fucking pumping.
It's going good. More shenanigans to come, more music, more shows, and more debauchery if we can have our way with it.
True. We just had a conversation. We've got so many tracks, we don't know whether to do a double album or 2 single albums, Crispy. We just got busy. We thought we won't play gigs, we'll write songs this year, and that's what we did. Next year we'll go and trial them. Next year we'll take them to the street.
Okay, well, we'll talk a bit more about the new music later on, but we'll start off with the fact that you're celebrating the year by playing at Heavy Resolutions at the Paddo Underground at the Paddington Tavern on New Year's Eve with Vulgar, Ghostilla, Ancient Remains, and Roach Toast. So, like, it's going to be a massive end of year party, mate. Like, there's never a good party on New Year's Eve, but we're throwing one for ourselves.
It's a great venue, mate. Brilliant venue. Nice atmosphere, plenty of parking.
It's a great lineup too. Should be
It's
a great
awesome lineup.
Yeah.
Keep you going through the new year.
Bloody oath.
Oh, yeah, and the best part is you guys actually get to celebrate the new year because you won't be playing at midnight. That's fucking awesome.
We only look silly.
That's the plan.
We've also announced recently too, just to spice it up a little bit, anyone that pre-buys their tickets before the show, every single person is going to get either a signed Five Finger Death Punch CD, a signed Bad Wolves CD, or a signed new CD courtesy of Better Noise Music. So there's more incentive.
Man, nice. What a bargain. That's excellent. That's fantastic. What an incentive.
And if they get in quick, they might get a chance to buy some of the new merch we've got before it runs out.
Well, you actually got new merch for that night?
Yes. 3 new designs.
Well, so you guys aren't slowing down on anything this year, are you?
No, full speed ahead this year. 25 anyway. Yeah.
Ready to go, Crispy.
Okay, well, you actually started 2024 by releasing the single Dirty Water on February 14th, which was a great Valentine's Day present. Like, how did the fans react to it? Did they need reminding who you were, or did they get straight into it?
Oh, I think they got straight into it, mate, because, you know, we'd only had such a short break. We only recorded earlier, like the year before. So we've sort of been on a roll for quite some time. Since lockdown, once that thing fucked off, we just got, serious about writing stuff until we could figure out whether we're going to end up playing or not. Yet any musician out there, male or female, you guys listening in, it was fucking horrible, eh? We didn't even know if we'd ever perform again. We didn't know what was ahead of us. So we're lucky that we got this far.
Playing matinee shows, two shows a day to 70 people.
Tap dancing and playing
Maxing
cards.
out, man.
Doing clairvoyant readings.
Might as well.
We're blown away, but actually, everyone's watching, everyone's listening, so that was good. So we just kept it rolling. We thought we'd just keep dropping one every month.
So what I want to do while we go today, guys, I want to run through each of the 7 songs individually, and you can tell us a bit more about it and where it fits in with the scheme of Dreamkillers moving forward. So firstly, there was Dirty Water.
Yeah, mate, the Great Artesian Basin. We won that one. Hey, they were going to tip all waste from the car, manufacturing electric car, all the lithium and stuff. They couldn't get rid of it. It won't break down. So they were going to chuck it in the Artesian Basin. A whole pile of fishermen and, archaeologists and farmers all got together and voted it out. Oh. So we missed it by the skin of the teeth. So that song was to try and draw attention to it, because once they started it, it's like the belly button of the ocean. And people don't understand how important the Great Artesian Basin is. If you Google it, you'll say
it's lifeblood of Australia, really.
It's the
veins of Australia.
Fishing, everything, farming. Anyway, we won that one. We won Crispy.
Well, it actually works, guys, because I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to that stuff. And I did just what you said. I Googled it after listening to the song. And I had no idea about it beforehand, but it was fascinating. Once you actually get into the nuts and bolts of it, it's well done, guys.
all the fracking and everything they do in the West as well, it's ridiculous. It wrecks the artesian basin big time.
It was very, very quiet, tight-lipped. No one knew about it really. So
It's all
it was
underhanded
interesting
as
topic.
usual.
At least one more person knows about it now, guys. So mission accomplished.
That's right. That's the main thing.
Crispy.
Well, then you follow that up with brown snake.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I took a piss over the veranda one day when it was really hot, and I pissed on a brown snake. And no, what's the chances of that? So, what do we call this song? And I said, well, let's call it brown snake. You know? What's the chance of that? Queensland, mate. Whoa, snake 1 minute, serpent the next.
I think that song, like out of all of them, is probably the most traditional Dreamkillers song of the lot. Would you agree? Piss song.
Cool. Yes, yeah, mate. No, we would agree with you. It's got Dreamkiller-esque sound, eh? It's the same tunings and that we did before Roadrunner.
Yeah, right,
before we signed to that.
Very cool. And then you got In the Pie.
Yes.
In the pie.
That's today, isn't it? You know, like, look at where we are, mate.
It's just it's a narrative of life now, really.
You know,
Like what would you be? You'd be like a YouTuber, just telling, observing and telling people what you see. You know,
exactly, mate. Our toll roads and our public transport is run by overseas companies. Like, how the fuck do you know the train broke down? You're not even here. You know, it's just ridiculous. We outsourced all our resources. We were told by America and English not to do it. Kiwis too said, don't do it. We sold our electricity, our public transport, gas, and we don't get to see that money again. Those pricks get to do what they want with it. And I can tell you right now, it's got nothing to do with live music.
It's all tax-free as well.
Oh, yeah, dirty bastards. Yeah, dirty mugs, eh? That's what they do to us, mate.
That's in the pie.
In the pie. And it was never in the soup.
You remember this, Les? Like when they first built the Gateway Bridge, like they came out and said as soon as it's paid off, they're going to stop charging people to go over it.
Yep.
They sold it.
Yep. Bloody oath they did.
They sold it.
I paid one toll since I moved to Brisbane 5 years ago. I owe those cunts about $6,000 on fucking Spur, and they can get fucked. I'm still not paying it because it's been paid off now.
Good on you, mate. Yeah, bloody yeah, that's exactly right. The Gateway. Mate, the Gateway was going to be free. That's a fact. That's true. They lied to us, eh?
Well,
outsourced it.
I haven't lost my license on Spur, but I haven't lost my license yet, and it's been 5 years now.
Good on you, mate. Bugger them, mate. Bugger them.
Just get them to put it on Spur, not pay it back.
Mm-hmm.
I owe 20 grand, 21 grand on Spur at the moment.
Excellent.
Hey, you brought that down.
Good
It's
boy.
looking handsome.
My mate Hamish, his dream is he owes about 30 grand to Spur, and he's not well. He said, "Oh fuck, I hope I die before I pay those fuckers back."
Bless him. Now, speaking of gates, we got the Gate Diminished. Tell us about that one.
Gate diminished.
Oh, Gate Diminished. A portal. Yeah, a doorway, a portal. Watch what you open because you can't always close it. Yes.
Damn straight.
Be very careful. You want to have perfect knowledge of what it is you're fucking with because you might open a Pandora. And we've all done that. You think you're doing the right thing, and then retrospect's a powerful thing, isn't it? Ooh, if only I didn't do that, things would have turned out so much better. I went through the portal. I did what I shouldn't.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. That's a problem. Mate.
Yeah, this is actually this to me has epitomised Dreamkillers over the years too, guys. Like I've asked you about 4 songs now, and you haven't told me anything about them musically, but you've told me what they're about, which shows that the lyrics and the meaning behind the songs are just as important to you guys as the music, which it's a dying art in music these days.
Yeah, or maybe we misunderstood, mate, what you were asking.
Musically, it's basically building the right accompaniment to go with the story that's being put ahead. Whatever the lyrical.
I was giving you a compliment by saying that, bro. I wasn't taking the piss.
No. But yeah, it all works together. If it doesn't work together and it doesn't support the story,
That's right.
then the music's not going to make the story work. And
Yeah, it's
it's got to be cohesive.
exactly. It's not a poem. it's not a poem accompanied by music. It's a piece of music.
At entirety. So you can have guitars, bass, and drums, vocals. It's not a piece of music until it's all together.
Damn straight. Damn, well, we're going to have to talk about the next song musically because it's Guess It's Goodbye, which is the first ever acoustic song from the Dreamkillers. So, firstly, how was it received? Did it get the reaction you expected?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it wasn't the first. It's not the first one. There is a couple of others. But
First one
yeah.
First single.
Probably the first single, yeah.
First acoustic single.
Acoustic single.
Definitely a tearjerker, that one. Got a lot of people right between the eyes.
Yeah. It's about pretty much celebrating life with your loved ones, pretty much. Otherwise, it's too late.
Don't be afraid to tell people you love them because you might never see them again.
Yeah, give them
And
a
don't
hug.
forget, you tell them you fucking hate them too because you might see that prick again.
Don't forget, $20. $20.
Yeah, $20 is 20, dickhead. I haven't forgotten you.
Shit, so after 30 years of being a band, why decide now's the right time to release an acoustic song? It's a pretty bold move for a band like yourselves. It's a great move, but it's very bold.
The band went through some really subjective, sad times, mate. We lost a lot of loved ones. And especially Chris.
Yeah.
We're just going to talk about it, Chris.
Yeah.
He lost his brother and his dad in the same 4 months.
Oh, within 2 years, yeah.
It's a bit hard, eh? Sorry, mate.
That's
2
right.
years.
Yeah.
It's a bit much, eh?
Within 16 months of each other, yeah. My dad, my younger brother,
My mum.
Les's mum as well. Yeah, so we've all had some pretty, yeah.
We lost a couple of mates. And can I
And
do
some
a
mates.
quick plug for Rodney Vazoom? He's got a multi-handicapped little boy, and we're going to raise some money for him next year. He's also had a really bad time, mate. He's in that song also.
Well, mate, I'll stand here right in there right now. When you start raising money for him, get onto me, mate, and Heavy will sponsor it as well. We'll take out some advertising for you, and we'll get behind it and plug it through Heavy. We can do an interview with him if he wants. Anything we can do to help out.
Awesome. Oh, thank you, mate. He's a great buddy. He's a good mate.
My pleasure, guys. Pleasure. And the next song released was Friendship Under Fire.
Yeah, well, it's about attacks on the internet, isn't it? Basically, if you've got a keyboard, you can say anything you want. You don't have to point your reference points or where it is you're getting these quotes from. You can just say whatever you want. And even if you get pulled up, you can say, oh, well, that's what I was told. So people will say things about their friends on the internet. It's about slagging on the internet.
Keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors. You say we used to be friends. You say that, and we can't be friends now. You went over the boundary. There's lines. You can forgive some things, but some things you can't forgive. Like insults to family and all the rest of it. Your pets, threatening your pets, things like that. Friendship's fucking over.
100%. And there's too much of that going on these days in there. Like you say,
Yep.
warriors that sit there and hide. If you front them about it, they'll call the police. So what?
Yeah, so they don't want to have the responsibility of showing their face and having a name. That's just cowardice.
Exactly what it is. No accountability.
Yep.
But we'll move on from that because I could get stuck on that for hours. The last song released is Suspicious Assumption, which is fucking hard to say. Thanks.
Isn't it just?
Try having about 8 beers and saying it.
So I could fucking read it.
It's probably not even spelled correctly. We wouldn't know.
Yeah, we didn't Google it. We looked at that.
No spell check at all.
So tell us about that one.
But it's about assumption, isn't it, mate? Like lyrically, it's about making you assume something, and then you find out. Again, retrospect is a very powerful thing. When you know all the information later, you think, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I made an assumption that really was a bit fucking sus, eh?
It's like anxiety.
Anxiety,
You build up all this. This is the way I look at it, anyway.
I agree with it.
Totally. You've got something happen, and you're building up in your head all these different scenarios of how the other person's going to react.
Yes.
But you don't know until you actually go and do whatever it is going to happen.
Right.
And then you go, oh, shit, it wasn't that bad after all.
Exactly.
You're just anxious or, the anxiety's there, the suspicion of of something not working out. That's the way I sort of
It's exactly right. I agree with that.
got that one. So, yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
And I think at the moment that your time cleared, that was the assumption, wasn't it? The moment you decided to do that, that was the assumption.
Very cool. And all 7 of those songs are part of an album which will be released in 2025. So what else can you tell us about that? You mentioned before you've got that many songs, you're swimming in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a bit. quite many.
We may have to leave it up to the label, mate, because sometimes they see things better as a third party. You know, like if you communicate good with a management and record label, you know, you can tell them like what it is. They might pick different songs to the first album that we want, you know, that we would pick. So you sort of got to work in with marketing. You don't want to be a stick in the mud. You know, you got to bend a little bit.
We've sort of got 20 songs at the moment that are sort of in pre-production for the album itself. So we've got these singles. These singles are going to be something different towards the end of next year, later in the year. The album itself, we've just done a bit of producing for a couple of the singles just through the last week. Yeah, and so they're for the new album as such. Whole new songs.
Okay, so these
we got like
they're not on the album. They were just for.
No, they're just singles.
I like that.
There are years worth of standalone singles.
And we actually released one about 2 weeks ago. It's called Broken Things, and it's on YouTube if you want to have a look. Is it on Fish Bitch or whatever you call the fucking thing? On that too?
Broken Things, I think, was the last new one. But so we've got 20 songs. We don't know what we're going to put on there. There's lots of material, as the boys have been saying. So, and it's all new, all unheard by you guys.
I'm running out of hard drive space.
What can you tell us about the musical direction? Is it what fans would expect from Dreamkillers, or is it going to be a few curveballs in there?
I think it's still they're still thematically very similar. You know, about observations about life generally. You know, it's very Dreamkillers. Always talking about how it is.
And our musical tastes are the same. You know, we grew up on Slayer and Soundgarden and, you know, Pearl Jam and Venom, and we all like the same stuff. So I don't think we're going to suddenly start doing, you know, Sonny and Cher or, you know, Cat Stevens.
There goes there goes the Paul Allen one I wanted to do.
Oh, you forgot to tell me there's a fucking Paul Allen.
Paul Allen, and
I don't even know who he is.
A bit of samba. The ocean.
Billy Ocean.
Right into the yacht rock for the next album.
Can definitely tell you there's some heavy songs in there,
There's
mate.
definitely some heavier stuff than what you've heard this year, though.
Because of
faster,
technology.
Faster.
Yeah, that's because of technology. Like guitars and amplifiers have come a long way in 40 years. It's quite different now.
Well, you're probably going to hate me for asking this, but is it closer to Poison in the Soup style or character building Hell Trip?
Character building.
Probably character building Hell Trip, yeah.
Poison in the Soup.
Few more riffs like character building. I think the songs. No, I was just going to say the song structures are a bit simpler in the earlier stuff.
Yes,
they got a bit more technical as the albums moved on, and I think that's now what we're starting to do as well.
True.
A bit more.
We get asked a lot about Poison in the Soup, and you know I don't know if that EP released now would have done so well, because at the time it was kind of fresh, you know, but now there's so many bands doing the metal, you know, with crossover. But at the time it was very stripped back and just, you know, full of melody. But there's a lot of bands doing that now and doing it pretty good too. So we just had
that was groundbreaking, that EP, man. Like there's no one does Dreamkillers fucking better than Dreamkillers, man. I'll stand by that.
Cool, mate.
Just letting it all evolve naturally, and where it ends up, it ends up.
I think the next, everyone would agree, the next album's got a little bit of something for everyone, because it's got lots of very diverse sort of parts throughout the songs. And absolutely.
And we're going to be really busy because all 5 of us are booked in for a part-time gynecology course.
I'm not a gynecologist, I'll have a look.
We're going to be flat out.
Turn your head and cough.
All right, Les, this one's directed more at you, mate, because we know how much you put into your lyrics and how poignant and how beautiful they are, mate. But what one line or one verse from over the history of your career are you most proud of?
Observation Tower. It's a sweet chariot of your mind.
Okay. Why?
It's radio friendly.
Why?
Because it says so much in 8 words, you know, or 12 words, whatever it is. You know, paints a picture, mate.
Do you focus on trying to compact what you're trying to say into as few words as possible, or is that just?
Yes, and they have to phonetically connect with the piece of music, so it's very difficult. You have to. I have like a tape player in my head, and it just keeps going over and over, and it'll be no. Hang on, I'm getting this. This is starting to fucking click. I'll ring Damien and put it through him. You go, yeah. do something at the end there, mate. At the end of that bridge, sing high and give me a low one. And I go, oh, he gives me ideas to feed on. Chris does it too, Steve plays drums. He
does it as well.
he does it as well.
Squeeze him a little bit
He
like
punches the fucking. Go and get the pies, you bastard.
What else we're going to talk about? You guys have recently just signed with new Australian music label X Music as well. So, firstly, congratulations.
Thank you, mate.
No,
There's a lot of negotiating, mate. We're not. Yeah, we didn't want to be walked over, so it was Damien who did a lot of negotiating, and yourself. You've been on place. Thanks for us. Yeah, we like these guys. You didn't have to sign out that way.
But you guys that are established and you know what you want, like you say, like what's the benefit of signing with a label like that at this stage of your career? Like what benefits is that going to have to you moving forward?
They get you a much better rider.
That's right. You've got to put me on your so you're in the shit.
Yes. No, mate, they open doors because it's a game, isn't it? It's an industry. I hate that word, but it is. It all feeds off each other, and it's like that. And you're going to get into other places, aren't you?
Yeah, it just opens more doors
without selling yourself.
Opens some more doors that we might not otherwise be able to have open for us.
So speaking of gigs, you've also got a show at Mo's Desert Clubhouse on January the 24th with Buck, KS and Chavez Cartel. That's a great lineup, and it's a fucking good venue, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Australia Day weekend too, eh? Long weekend.
Friday night.
Hell yeah. That'd be a banger as well.
Mate, there's not many venues you can park your car outside, eh? You can have a drink at the bar and you can see your car. It's old school parking, eh? Out the front.
The very first gig I went to there, they didn't even have a licensed bar. It was BYO, so I went to see a band and took an esky of JD can and drank my own fucking JD all night.
Excellent. Made a
reminds me of Razorback.
Big shout out to Christian and his wife because they've been doing it hard, eh? Through lockdown, they did it really hard, but they stuck it together. Go on, you Christian.
Now, before you go, guys, I got a new segment I've started called Photobomb, which basically means I've trolled through your social media before I talk to you. And I picked out a few photos that I want to know more about. So the first of which is, what the fuck is going on there?
Oh, that's just some crazy
It's the Easter bunny.
Rabbity.
Yeah, that's a rabbit.
It's a rabbit.
It's a crazy
It's the Easter
rabbit.
That
Psycho rabbit from looking very suspicious.
Very suspicious.
Very suspicious, isn't he?
Suspicious assumption.
Mm.
Where did
He's
it?
got the bullet ready.
Why not? Just why not? Just
You want to see the footage that we have of about half an hour after that where he's running through the forest.
Yeah.
And because of your head, you can't see his little fluffy cock.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Look at that.
This was saying that
Oh, that one, mate. You tell him.
you guys have supported everyone from Dead Kennedys to Body Count, Sepultura, Henry Rollins, but over the years, Les, what's your top 3 personal favourite supports?
Probably Sepultura, Misfits, and The Damned.
Yeah, cool. And what's your best backstage story out of all of them?
Henry Rollins challenged me to a fight. And I was young and fresh, and I said, okay. And he sat down, eh? Guy's a pussy.
Oh, shit. Oh, I got
Waiting on your album.
a new album, guys, which will be out in 2025. In the meantime, we got the New Year's Eve at the Paddo. We got January 24th at Mo's Desert Clubhouse. But where's the best place to keep up with Dreamkillers and know what's going on and get some of your stuff, your new merch and your music?
Dreamkillers website is
Dreamkillers.com.au.
Dreamkillers.com.au. We've also got the Facebook. Jump on our YouTube, like and subscribe. We're going to start a YouTube. There's going to be more than just songs on there sometime coming up in the next year.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I've only got 1 minute of this left before it runs out anyway, so it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Look forward to catching up on New Year's Eve. Look forward to the new music and everything else happening, guys. Good on yous. You're the legends.